Hi everyone, it's Terry here from nutsaboutsstamping.com. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a really cute gift tote idea. I'm going to use my Forever Fern bundle, which is the Forever Fern stamp set and the Forever Flourishing dies. And my tote is going to be more of a generic tote idea because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to pop inside. I can decide that later once I know the occasion that I want. Once you know this idea, you can use it for a variety of occasions and seasons. So I'm going to start off by creating some embellishments for the front of my tote. I've got this image and the hello from the Forever Fern stamp set, and I'm going to ink them up using Pretty Peacock and stamp them down onto this scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock. So I'll start off with my hello, and then I'm going to ink up this leaf image. And now I am going to die cut these out using my die cutting and embossing machine, which I have right here ready to go. So from the Forever Flourishing dies, I've got the die that's the perfect match for this leaf. And then for the hello, I've decided I'm going to use one of my layering circles dies. And if I can slide this a little bit, I'm going to add this second die from the layering circles, but this time it's a scallop. And it's going to be a layer for underneath the hello. And then I'm going to die cut these out. Okay, there's the leaf. And my two circles. And we're ready for the next step. The next step in this project is to make the actual tote itself. And I've decided for my tote, I'm going to use soft seafoam as the main color for everything. So I've got this tote base, and I'm going to use my Simply Scored. You may have another scoring tool that you use. What I want to do, this base is cut 3 1/4 this way by 7 1/2 this way, and what I'm going to do is I am going to score it at 3 1/4 inches on both sides. So that means turning it around and scoring it 3 1/4 inches from each side of my cardstock. And then I'm going to fold this in, and my tote is going to be sitting like that. Hopefully you can see this. This will make logical sense in a minute. Now the next thing I'm going to do is take another piece of soft sea foam. This time it is cut 2 1/4 by 8 1/2. And again, I'm going to score it on my scoring tool, and I'm going to make 4 scores. I'm going to do 1 5/8, 2 5/8. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do 5 7/8 and 6 7/8. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. We've got these 2 scores and these 2 scores. And that's all I need my scoring tool for. And here's what this particular strip is for. It's going to sit on the inside of the tote like so, so that whatever you decide to pop inside sits inside the tote nice and neatly. Okay, I hope that that is making sense to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tear and tape adhesive. You always want to use a strong adhesive, especially if you're not quite sure what you're going to be popping inside your tote when you make it. So I'm going to use my tear and tape adhesive, and I'll show you in just a second where you put the adhesive so it's nice and clear. So I ended up using 6 pieces of tear and tape, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will hold this insert very securely inside the tote. You do not want to put tear and tape on these smaller side pieces because these pieces are going to be exposed when you pop it inside the base of the tote. You'll see what I mean in a second. So what I'm going to do is peel off all of these covers, or the top layer, I guess, of the tear and tape. So you're going to peel them all off at the same time, and that'll make it easier to pop inside the tote. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, let me just make sure you can see this. I'm going to start by laying down my insert piece like so, and then I'm going to turn it around, and what I want to do is I want to line this up and fold my base around so that it lines up with the side piece. It's going to take a little bit of maneuvering and a little bit of patience, and frankly it doesn't really matter if it's not perfect. Just do the best you can with this, because we're going to decorate it in a minute, so any flaws should be covered up. Okay, I hope that you saw that in the video. I was watching what I was doing and not really where I had it placed. But basically I started with the main piece, and then I did the sides and then this other main piece. So there's the little tote, really cute. Now the next thing I want to do is I have a piece of the Forever Greenery Designer Series paper, and what I want to do is I want to wrap this around my tote. I'm not going to use my scoring tool because it depends on how this tote might shift when you're putting it together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finger score it, and then I'll add my adhesive, and hopefully this will work out perfectly. So I'm just pinching it with my fingers so that I get an idea of where it might lay. And then what I'm going to do is add my tear and tape adhesive. And I think what I'll do is I'll just run it all the way down both sides. Like so. And then I will peel off the top part like so, and then this part like so. And then what I want to do is, let's see, I am going to start like this. So this is my first sort of finger crease. Let's see, I think what I'll do is I will just start it like that, and then I will just wrap this around as carefully as I can. You want to try and get it as straight as you can. And then I am going to end it up like so. And then you can crease it a little bit more with your fingers, or you can just leave it. I am very happy with how it turned out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the embellishments that I created at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to put them together, these circles together, that is, with my little hello. And my join was over here, so I think what I'll do is I will use this embellishment to cover up where my joint is, and nobody will be any the wiser. So I'm going to use my basic adhesive for this bit, and then I'm going to use my Stampin' Dimensionals, which were a little bit behind where I was videoing, and I'm going to pop up this branch like so. And then I think it would be fun to have a handle. So I have cut a thin piece, which is about, I think it's about a 1/2 inch by 8 inches. You can measure yours the way that you want to. And I'm going to use some tear and tape. And I'm going to put a piece on either end. So I want to make sure I know exactly how I'm doing this. So I'm going to put the tear and tape here, and then I'm going to put tear and tape on this other side. It's always good to measure twice and cut once. And then I'm going to put my handle on. Now you may want to secure your handle with some brads, which would be another lovely decorative touch. Oops. That might be, it might add some strength as well, but I don't have any brads handy right now, so I am going to just attach my little handle like so to finish my project. Now at this point, there's a few other things that you can do. You could add some, maybe some rhinestone jewels or some basic pearls, or maybe some sequins. But basically the purpose of this video was to show you how to create this gift tote idea so that you now can take this idea and have fun with it and figure out what kind of an occasion you would want it for and what you would pop inside your tote. For a complete listing of the supplies that I used and the measurements for all of the bits and pieces, head on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. And while you're on my blog, I invite you to subscribe to my free newsletters. I send 2 newsletters a week with a project idea in each one that you won't see anywhere else. I'm Terry. I am Nuts About Stamping. I hope you'll create a fun project idea today too. Bye for now.